Composition as a holiday. Journey. First of all, the way is the goal methods are not what's needed. A way remains a way, and the concept of a goal is often not very helpful anyway. Obvious if-then relationships are also rarely productive. But listing everything? Okay, we need a list. What do we have in our suitcase? What do we already have? What do we leave at home? In other words, a list of questions. The composition is practically complete with that. Completeness is hardly necessary because enough new problems arise during the process that prefer spontaneous solutions. A large collection of instruments is often a double-edged sword. In principle, we can take any instrument with us on our compositional journey. However, this baggage slows down every change. All components must be consulted daily, and even if the violin decides to stay in bed today, we still have to consult it. It goes without saying that speed is more important in the planning than in the journey itself. After all, we want to get away and experience new things, and we don't have all the time in the world. Once there, the watch is left at the hotel. Time is viewed anew, becoming fresh and not so self-evident. Yes, even our food suddenly takes on a completely new function, a personal journey of discovery on vacation, we realize. Nothing is as it was before, and many questions arise. We have to orient ourselves, and the day suddenly has a different dynamic. So, we travel light at the beginning, and our repertoire is also significantly reduced. One vacation day is enough, even 1 hour, it's all a thought experiment anyway, and things become clearer when translated. We are looking for a 1-hour composition with a limited sound repertoire and fixed dynamic positions, and some open, i.e., variable, sections. We give the sounds freedom and then choose fixed pauses. The result is a mixture that can always convey new moods. If you choose percussive samples and short synthesizer tones, you get transparent surfaces. With modulated granular samples and long envelopes, the character slows down. We electronically clothe the composed positions. And our ever-changing perspective on each moment, the interaction, remains unaffected. We can understand compositions differently when we separate the two, impression and expression. The temporal separation between stimulus and response. Discovering something new and utilizing something new are always two different things. When we encounter unfamiliar and new stimuli on vacation, it's a positive side effect. After all, we're looking for a change, a vacation, a break from everyday life. But isn't that our driving force even before we set off? To put it simply, we've already committed ourselves and decided we want to encounter the new. In music, we find this considerably more difficult. Ultimately, we don't want to be thrown off course and look for role models, which is a good thing. We want enrichment, not self-destruction. After the trip, we want to continue with renewed energy where we left off. Unfortunately, we forget that we've always seen everything from our old perspective. A new perspective, the aha moment, didn't occur to us on our trip, so what now? In short, we haven't encountered a new perspective, that aha moment, on our trip. Didn't we establish that we already knew we wanted a change before we even started our trip? Isn't that the problem? We only ever get what we allow. Our perspective is limited, and models of expanding consciousness are rarely effective. Everything is always there. We don't have to search far, we just have to learn to think broadly. Reading between the lines and thereby forgetting how to read would be one option. But we see that we would only progress through improvisation that way, and that doesn't help us in the long run at all. Improvisation is probably even the real problem. It's not about constantly expressing ourselves in new ways, it's about organizing and reflecting on our impressions and understanding what's happening to us. We encounter each other daily, and it's pointless to try to make something special out of improvisation. To use our travel example, it's like deciding at some point to learn the language of a country and then eventually even living there for a while. Your view of the world doesn't automatically change when you travel. If all I see are airports, probably not much will happen even on a trip around the world.